Okay guys, the next one we're gonna be looking at is one of my favorite techniques, one of my favorite takedowns. You can do it from standing, you can do it from like seated guard. Today we're gonna look at it from standing, okay? So I kind of want to think the same idea when I'm coming in, right? I want to look to angle, I'm looking to hand fight with him to get my collar tie and control of his tricep here. Okay, so for my ankle pick, I want his leg to step forward on the opposite side that I'm controlling his neck. Okay, so I would want Eric's right leg to come forward, so I'll be using my control on his triceps to start to pull to get that leg to come in front. Okay, turn this way a bit. All right, so when I start to go for my ankle pick, the most common mistake is when I'm starting to come down here, people don't break the guy's posture at all, right? And they let themselves get completely extended out here. Okay, there's no way I'm gonna be able to lift his ankle off the floor if I let myself get fully extended. Okay, so when I start to bring myself down, I'm gonna be level changing, kind of like we were doing in our double. And I'm gonna be like hanging on Eric's neck here. Okay, so I'm gonna be putting like a lot of weight into my collar tie. And I'm gonna be staying like off of my knee, like kind of in a low lunge, just because I have to sit down here for a bit. I'm gonna go down on my knee, okay? With my left hand that's reaching to his ankle, I wanna make sure that I'm getting like as low as I can, as close to the heel as like my hand's even wrapping like a little bit onto the floor. If I grab by his calf and he kicks his leg back here, he's gonna strip my grip super easy, okay? And if I come down low and he goes to kick his leg back, I'm gonna have really good control of his leg, okay? Next, what I'm gonna be thinking about doing is I'm gonna be driving him back, but I don't wanna try and just drive straight back here. For sure I'll get it, but often this is what will happen. They'll stand up and I'll have to deal with this situation. So what I wanna think about doing, once I get down here, is I'm gonna be pushing his head to the outside of his knee. And like, you won't have the time to do this if you're in like a live match or you're rolling with somebody, but just this pressure alone of me pushing his head to his knee will like take him down. Because I'll be disrupting his alignment so much that all of his force is gonna come to this side, okay? Yeah, so I'm pulling and I'm pushing his head almost in like a cross motion, like his head's going to the outside, I'm pulling his foot in. So I hand fight, collar tie, control of his tricep, his foot's in front. So I'm gonna hang on his neck, really breaking his posture here, okay? My hand that was on his tricep is grabbing low on his heel, and at the same time, I'm gonna pull back on his heel and I'm gonna push his head to the outside of his knee to finish the takedown here, okay? And then where I'm landing, I'm in a really good spot to start to pass the guard. So I wanna make sure I stay on my feet. I don't wanna go like falling into Eric's closed guard and then have to deal with all of that on the end. And I already have control of his leg, so I can look to stuff it to go knee slide. I can go X pass really easily here and work into my leg drag, okay? So I hand fight, I'm moving myself, I find my angle, I get control of the collar tie and his tricep, okay? His foot's a little bit back. I want it to come like really forward. I want it to be like super accessible, easy for me to just drop down and get control of it here, okay? Making sure I'm lower than him, changing my level, coming down to a low squat, or a low lunge, sorry, okay? Hand that was controlling the triceps, gonna come to his heel as low as I can. At the same time, I'm gonna push his head to the outside of his knee, and I'm pulling his ankle in so I can finish the takedown, okay? Keeping control of the ankle, and then you see how like, because I was pushing it across, I kind of brought myself like right into a perfect spot to start to enter my leg drag. So it'll kind of depend like how much they're resisting, how like strong they are, keeping their leg straight, how much you can drag it over on where you're gonna end up for like a passing situation on the end, okay? If you do kind of like mess up and say like, maybe you can't push their head at all, they have like a super strong neck and back and stuff, then once I get here and I start to push and I do end up in like this stand-up situation, I'm gonna start to look, because I have the collar tie still and I'm keeping control low on his ankle, I'm gonna look to like cross his body over and circle towards my right. So it's the same idea. I'm pushing his head to the outside and I'm pulling his ankle in and I'm gonna circle to that same side. So as I push, I'm gonna circle and then I'm gonna end myself kind of into the same situation here to pass, okay? So if everything goes good, this best case scenario, hand fighting, I get his legs come in front, breaking his posture, grabbing low on his heel, pushing his head to the outside of his knee and pulling his heel out so I can finish my ankle pick and I can start to pass how I would like on the end, okay? I hand fight in, I'm changing the angle, I start to come down, Maybe he's like just super strong, can't push his head to the outside. He stands up, maybe he has like really good base and stuff. He doesn't fall over. I'm pushing his head and pushing his foot to the inside like I'm steering like a really big like bus wheel. Okay, and I'm circling myself to the right at the same time. And then like here I'm ending in a really good spot to leg drag. I can switch like Toriado. It kind of depends on like the passes you know and like how good at guard retention they are, okay? Does anybody have any questions? Just see that again. Okay, go with your partner, 1, 2, 3.